Hello class. I'm going to give you a video demonstration on how to do your presentation for your elements of design. Now I said you had an option. You can do the paper, you can write a paper. So if you don't want to do a presentation, that's fine. But if you want to do the presentation instead, then you can do that. But it's still got to be a good presentation. So I'm going to just demonstrate on how you might do that. So first of all, you could have your notes, right below me I have my notes. Repetition, unity, balance, variety, emphasis, and areas of improvement. So I make sure I hit on all those things. But I would probably rehearse what you're doing and do a decent demonstration, load it on YouTube, and then send it to me, okay? So I'll just do a little practice demonstration as though I'm demonstrating something. So let's say I was gonna do a packaging design and I'm talking about this. So I wanna get close enough so I can point things out. So I might say, okay, how it has repetition of colors and lines and shapes and so on. So I'm just going to do my demonstration right now of a subject that I've got in my house, and then you can just, that's how I'd like you to do it. So first of all, probably make sure that the lighting in the room is good. Either have someone film this for you and hold the camera and they can zoom in, or have it so you can see what you're doing. I've got mine mounted on like a stand, so I can do it that way. So anyhow, here we go. I'm gonna start. So the elements of design, what I've chosen is a sculpture that I have in my house here. It's a rooster and it's made out of wood. And I want to talk about how this is a good design. So this has all the elements of design. It has repetition, it has unity, it has balance, it has variety, and it has emphasis. So for example, repetition. It's got repetition of colors. And if you notice, it's got red here, red wing, red little designs here. It's got repetition of the color yellow here in the leg, and then yellow up here in the beak. It's got white and black quite a few places. White and black in the feathers, white and black in the eye, white and black on the tail feathers here. It's also got repetition of shapes. So the shape of this thigh is very similar to the shape of this wing right here, okay? We've got these little triangle cuts. Notice there's a little triangle cut out in his head here. There's triangles in the wings. There's triangles in the tail feathers here. We've got this also a pattern or a texture. These little triangles in here in the chest, you can see those in the chest. And then this texture here, it's this little feather texture. You can see it in the chest here. You can see it in little lines that are in the tail feathers. You can see it in the legs, in the thigh, and you can even see these little tick marks down here. So it's got these little tiny marks or designs that are repeated all over, okay? So once again, it's got colors that repeat, it's got shapes that repeat, it's got lines that repeat, and it's got textures that repeat, okay? So as far as variety, it's definitely got a variety of colors in it. It's not plain and monotonous. The variety of colors, the variety of sizes. Notice we've got tiny little triangles right here. We've got larger triangles here and even larger triangles. So we've got a variety of sizes, variety of colors, obviously with your red and your yellow and your black and your purple and more yellow, and there's some green back here. So quite a bit of variety. I would say this though maybe has a little too much variety, and I'll talk about that when we talk about areas of improvement. Next, unity. What's the overall unifying factor about this? I would say it's colorful patterns. This rooster here, this sculpture is dominated by patterns. Patterns on the chest, patterns on the neck, okay, and on the comb up here. Patterns on the wings, little patterns on here. Patterns on the little legs. That's probably what attracted me to this sculpture. I just like the colorful patterns that are everywhere. I think that's the overall unifying thing of this. As far as balance, it's symmetrically balanced. You divide it down the middle, it's exactly the same on both sides, but it's balanced in that you've got colors that are balanced. They're evenly distributed. You've got your legs that are yellow beak, okay? You got your red head. You got red on the body, red on the wings. You've got your black chest and your black thighs and your black wings and your black tail. So we got an even distribution of colors throughout this, balancing it out. But it is symmetrically balanced because if I divide it down the middle, it's the same exact thing on both sides, okay? Emphasis, center of interest. Now, remember we said center of interest could be something big like a tower or small like a flower. In this case, I'm going to have to say it's something small like a flower. And the thing that I think stands out the most, because it's really different, is this little circle that happens to be the eye. It really jumps out. It's high contrast, a white circle with a black interior. It's perfectly round, and it's really different than anything else that's on this whole rooster. So really, I think your center of interest is that one eye right there, okay? So I've talked about repetition, unity, balance, variety, and emphasis, okay? Now the last thing, areas of improvement. I mentioned that a little bit earlier. If I had to improve anything in here, I think I would eliminate maybe some of the colors. There's a lot of color on this. There's red, there's yellow, you can't maybe not tell, but there's purple here on the wing, there's some green back here, looks like a little bit of orange. I think what I maybe would do is maybe just eliminate the purple on the wings. I don't think we need that. I think it would be nice to maybe repeat the yellow. So we'd have a yellow beak, yellow leg, little yellow on the wings, and then maybe back here I'd maybe eliminate the green and make these lines red, since we have red so many other places, or perhaps yellow. So I think those improvements would make this a better design. But overall, great design. It follows the elements of design. Once again, repetition, unity, balance, variety, and emphasis. But it does have some areas that need improvement. So that's my video demonstration, thoroughly explaining my thorough knowledge of what goes into a good design and the elements of design, okay? I'm also going to put a bad demonstration out in the middle, and you can listen to what that would look like, because if you get a bad demonstration, I'm not going to give you a good grade, okay?